So the topic of my night is how to control and stop stress eating. The way the format of the show works is I'll give a short 10-minute talk, and then I'll have a Q&A after the talk. So if you'll save your questions for afterwards, that'll be fine. While I'm talking, feel free to talk amongst yourself, answer each other's questions. And my patients are very vigilant, and they will block you if you act like a jerk. So don't be a jerk. We're here for a real reason. Yeah? Amen? So this real topic, how do we stop stress eating? You know, it's very important. I hear this a lot. I have a lot of patients come to my clinic, and I'll ask them, like, Mary, why are you 300 pounds? And Mary, you know, God bless her, will give me every reason under the sun about why she's 300 pounds. You know, they'll say things like, I'm a stress eater, emotional eater, I was abused, etc. And the question always follows up for me, is, well, have you ever asked yourself this question, when will you ever be without stress? And the answer is never. Why, right? Because the only people who don't get stressed are, that's right, dead people. So stress is a sign that you're alive. And actually they've done animal studies with mice that show two groups of mice. One group of mice were put in a nice controlled environment and given a lot of water and food, and another group were slightly stressed on alternating times. And they compared which groups did better, and it turns out the group that had a little bit of stress actually did better. So we have hormones and organs called your adrenal glands that help you deal with stress. So it's actually the bad stress, quote unquote bad stress, that actually does us harm, or persistent exposure to stress that's the problem. That's probably the answer most doctors would give you. But I myself am not a typical doctor, so that's not the answer I'm going to give you. The truth of the matter is, there really is no stress in this world. It's all a matter of perception, how you perceive things. So the first tip on how to stop stress eating, number one, is to stop calling yourself a stress eater. Because if you continually call yourself a stress eater, you'll always struggle when there is a stressful moment. And that stressful moment is different amongst different people, and that's what I'll talk about in my second tip. So don't call yourself a stressful eater. It's just an emotion. Which, by the way, let me ask you this question. We throw the word around emotion a lot. And has anyone ever thought about the definition of an emotion? Do you know what an emotion is? People say, it's how I feel, it's happiness, it's etc. But the best definition for emotion is the following. Emotion is nothing more than a thought making its way through your body. A thought making its way through your body. Okay? I mean, isn't that awesome? When I can break things down so simply for you and you think about it, I mean, that's got to be a lot of hearts, right? Like, you have to say, wow, I never thought about that. An emotion is nothing more than a thought making its way through your body. So stress is nothing more than emotion making its a thought making its way through your body. So don't call yourself a stress eater, because that's not helpful, right? And if you think about it, you feel stressed only because you can't handle a situation, right? You can't handle a situation. Something that's come up in your life, you don't know how to handle it. So, for example, the first time I ever bought a house, and they put this big-ass stack of papers in front of me for me to sign, and this HUD statement that had, lots of hundred thousands of dollars or whatever to pay for, I was like, holy crap, because I was a young kid. I was in residency. I was, like 26 years old. And it took me a long time. To, make it through that paperwork, because I felt like I had to control it. I had to, read everything. I had to figure out what I was doing. And that was really stressful. Well, eventually I learned about real estate, became a real estate investor, so I bought a lot of real estate. And so every time I had to do a house closing, it was no big deal. Every time I had to negotiate a contract for a house, etc., it was no big deal. But with my friends, I did my first deal when I was 25, 26 years old, but with my friends who are now 35, 36 buying their first house, they're freaking out over this real estate contract, exactly what I did. But by this point, I had already done 10, 15 properties, so for me, it was not a big deal, which basically meant that I had just developed more skills. Okay, I had just developed more skills. I knew how the system worked. I knew what I needed to do. I knew what to anticipate. So I just gotten better. So here's the answer to how do you control stress in your life, which is you've got to get more skills. You've got to grow up. You've got to become a bigger person. So you can go if your vessel is anything that you go in the ocean is only this big, what you can hold. I mean, that's not a very big vessel, you know. Or if you decide instead to go to the ocean and fill it up with this big old bucket, 5-gallon bucket, it holds a lot more water than your hands cupped together, you know. And so basically to control stress, it's not the stress that's the problem. It's that you're too small of a person in terms of your understanding of how to deal with the situation is too small. So now you've got to grow. You've got to become bigger. So in the idea of the real estate idea, you've got to read more real estate books. You got to do more deals. You got to have a better agent. You have to become accustomed to that situation. Now, when it comes to your everyday life, you got to read more books on finances. If your money and your finances is stressing you out, you got to get a better job. You got to go back to school. You got to learn how to plan. You got to learn how to save. There are books on that. You got to learn these skills. You got to get around people who seem to have it together, who aren't living paycheck to paycheck, and say, "How did you do that? I want to model what you do," etc. And there are certain truths you've got to learn and deal with. So if your particular stressful situation is work, there's a great book. 81. I think it's 81 Laws of Power, something like that. I can't remember the exact title, but that talks a lot about work. Now you have to understand that there's a hierarchy of things, how things go at work, that your bosses have people to answer to. If they're asking you to do something, hopefully it's because they have a boss that they need to answer to, and they have other things that you don't know about, you know. So that means you got to learn these new skills. That's all. You have to learn how, and it's not playing the game, it's just understanding how the world works, you know. And if you're a stressful eater because someone got sick, your mother got sick, or your father got sick, or your father's in the hospital, well, guess what? People get sick. Grandmothers die. You know, these things happen. And you're stressing out about it and worrying about it will not change it. It will not reverse the heart attack. It will not undo the diagnosis of cancer. As harsh as this sounds, it's just a reality. And instead of being angry and saying, oh, this doctor missed the diagnosis, or this doctor didn't show up, or he hasn't been rounded yet, what you have to do is then say, you know, we have this situation, the doctors are doing the best they can, and what's going to happen is going to happen, because you're worrying about it or stressing about it is not going to change it. You can worry about it as much as you want, it's not going to change. So which takes me to something I learned from Wayne Dyer, who, if you don't know Wayne Dyer, you need to look him up, D-Y-E-R. He recently passed away, rest in peace. But I was listening to a talk from him, and he taught me something that was really amazing. He said, if a situation is under control, you can control a situation, why stress about it? Because you can control it. You can change the outcome. You just do the work and it changes the outcome. So there's no need to stress. If you can't control a situation, then why stress? Because you can't control it. So there's nothing that you can do that's going to be able to control it or change the outcome. So just let it go. One of the things that people stress out about a lot is traffic, commuting to work. They're like, oh my God, I hope I don't hit traffic today. Well, I got news for you. You're not going to control what happens in traffic. So just instead put a self-help CD in your car and just drive along and learn something. Or get a different stinking job. Or move. See, that's all under your control. So you don't have to stress out about that. You know. The third tip is you got to ask yourself this question. Why, when I feel stressed, because I understand it, you know, we all have situations and times, we have occurrences where we just can't handle things, or we've encountered something that we're not used to or we've never had to deal with before. So you're going to feel this rush of emotion or stress or this thought making its way through your body. and you have to figure, well, what do I do now? The real question is you got to ask yourself, why, when I feel stressed, do I feel the need to eat crap? Right? Because no one ever stresses out and then goes and has a big-ass salad, right? No one ever stresses out, including myself, and goes and has, something good for them. A lot of times when people get stressed, they feel the need to go have junk food, ice cream, chips, something to chew on, something to crunch on. I just got, And the question is, why? Why is that? Why do you feel that need? And the answer is, it's just what you've always done. It's just a habit. Because people can form a different habit. Is it not true? Aren't there people out there that when they feel stressed, they go for a run? When they feel stressed, they go to the gym. When I feel stressed, I stop eating. It seems weird, but I will drop weight. My first year here in Albuquerque, it was tough. I won't lie. My first 6 months was tough. And I lost 10 pounds. And from patients who know me, I don't weigh very much, so I'm not a very big guy. So my weight went from about 138 down to about 125. Man, I was not looking good. But that's how I deal with my stress, because I don't want to waste my time eating. I want to focus on the problem and fix it. And I had a lot of things to do, and that's what I chose to do. But that's how I deal with my stress. So the truth of the matter is you don't have to eat. So that's tip number 3. Understand that when you feel stressed, you don't have to eat. That is just a story you've continually told yourself that's now turned itself into a habit. And what you want to do is take that time and turn it to a good habit. The last couple episodes, we've talked about bad habit muscles and good habit muscles. A bad habit muscle is choosing ice cream when you're stressed out, or choosing to stay in bed when you stress out, or choosing to cry in the corner, or whatever, choosing a bag of chips, or choosing to go to the movies by yourself, eating a big bag of popcorn when you're stressed, that's just a bad habit muscle. Because once you're done eating that ice cream, guess what? Problem is still there. The problem is still there. The bills still need to be paid. The grandmother's still sick. Your marriage is still bad. So instead, what you need to do is exercise the good habit muscle. Go for a walk in the woods by yourself to clear your thoughts. Go to the gym. Hit a punching bag if you're mad at your husband instead of hitting your husband, okay? Journal. Write down your thoughts. What's stressing you out? Why do you behave this way? Eat something fresh so that way, make a good green smoothie. That way you have the energy to deal with this stuff. All right? That's what you have to do. Meditate. This is the perfect time to learn to meditate. I don't have much stress in my life because I do meditate a lot. And I got a lot of things that pull me away, right? A lot of things that pull me in different directions and expectations and things I have to get done. And every day I protect my meditation time. I do. I protect my green ass salads time. And that's what the key is. So those are my 3 tips for you. Understand that there really is no such thing as stress. That emotion is nothing but a thought moving through your body. And it's how you deal with that thought that's important. 2, stress. You feel stressed because you don't have the skills or the experience to deal with that situation. So you have to become a bigger person in the sense that you have to learn more skills. You have to read. You have to practice. And then 3, you've got to take that energy and put it in a more useful manner than just sitting on the couch and eating or crying or being upset about it, because you cannot control the situation. So feeling upset or stressed about it will not help you. It will not change the situation, because once you're done eating ice cream, that situation is still going to be there. So understand that if you can control it, you don't need to feel stressed because you can control it. If you can't control it, there's no point in being stressed because there's nothing you can do that's going to change the outcome. So you just have to use that energy, go to the gym, go for a walk, clear your mind, meditate, do the good stuff, go lead your life. And it's someone else's problem. It's not your problem. Your mother-in-law is the one who's sick in bed in the hospital trying to fight for her life. Your best friend is the one who's going through the divorce, not you. Count your blessings because, that'll make you feel better about yourself, decrease your level of stress, meditate. All right, those are my 3, 4, 5, maybe extra good tips on how dealing with stress. We could talk all day about stress. If you like it, Please hit the white man in the corner, share it. We're going to start our Q&A session of our show. I'm going to finally start reading some questions there. Again, I'm Dr. Doug Vuong. I'm the author of Ultimate Gastric Sleep Success. This is the manual that my patients go through. I'm a weight loss surgeon. I'm director of bariatric surgery in Loveless in Albuquerque. Good tips. Thank you very much, Alicia. Try to do it. Pooping makes you lose weight. One more time, and I am going to block you. Please remember this is a professional site, and we really want to have professional questions, okay? I don't eat when I'm stressed. I don't either. Good for you. But a certain level of stress is good for you, but being excessively exposed to stress is bad. I can perform post-bariatric surgery. Have no idea what you mean. Tech War, can you chop off my butt? Is it that simple? Oh, come back. Block user. See how that works? If you don't like this, get serious, get off. Good tips. Thank you very much. I'm an emotional eater. Remember, emotion is just a thought going through your body, so that means you have to control your thought. And there's no difference between saying I'm an emotional eater and I'm being a stress eater. Same tips apply to you. When will you ever be without emotion? The answer is when you're dead. So as long as you're feeling emotion, you're alive, which is a good thing. Hi, Marissa. I love you too. So you have to quit saying I'm an emotional eater. Okay? Emotion is what makes us human, and we got to embrace that. Okay? I can't lose weight because you keep saying I can't. Isn't eating sugar addictive? Eating anything is addictive because you have to eat to be alive, and I'm addicted to living, so that's also a thing that doesn't work. You're welcome. Hello, Dr. V, cooking veggie and shrimp. Good for you. I've lost 11 pounds in less than 3 months. Is that bad? No. Awesome. Well, if you're only 11 pounds, losing 11 pounds would be bad. If you're 500 pounds, good for you, but you got more to go. So put things in context. Does it talk about all of this? Yes, my book, I assume you're talking about, deals a lot more with the psychological, emotional issues of obesity than it actually does weight loss surgery, although it does talk about that too. Thank you. His books are the best. What's the deal with eating organic exotic foods? Will I die? You'll die if you keep eating crap. What's the point of that question, right? I mean, you won't eat like fresh organic foods, but you'll eat a hot dog and you have no idea what's going in a hot dog. Sorry for the tough love, but it's the truth, okay? This is a serious problem. We need to start taking it more seriously. The book is amazing. Thank you very much. What about eating when you're bored? Then go die. I mean, why would you be bored? Life is so amazing. All right, go live life. That means you need to go do something. Start your, What about kidney beans? I love beans. Beans, good for your heart. The more you eat, the more you... That's right. Have you ever peed into your own poo and then smelled it? Oh, gotcha. Block user. See, someone showed me that the other night, so now I know. I got the power with me. Knowledge is power. Remember that. All right? So I'm really enjoying the blocking user thing here. All right, what would make you have two-part revision if there's just too much swelling or edema? The surgeon feels like it's risky. I'll do a talk on revisions later, Julia, so don't stress out. Get the junk out of your food. That's absolutely right, Lynn. I'm trying to remember every time. Doctor, I started hitting the gym. I lost some kilos, but a bit difficult to lose fat. Don't worry about it. Keep hitting the gym. You do that for other reasons. Exercising is not good for losing weight. It's good for maintaining weight loss, and it's also great for toning and making you feel better about yourself. Okay? Some suggestions to go as teens, as adults. Hi, Kim. Just remember that teens are nothing more than a reflection of their parents, so fruit doesn't fall far from the tree. Look at the parents to the source, okay? Hi, Brian. I would think WFIT 505 is, Brian, if I remember properly. You guys are giving me multiple names to try to remember, okay? So this sucks. You're making my job hard. What diet do you recommend? Low carb. That's from Secret something. I don't recommend any diet. Why diet? When you can live it. All right, eat fresh fruits and vegetables. Go live large. Belly fat, doctor. Belly fat's going to do what's going to do. Okay, just exercising is not really good for belly fat. You got to change what you eat. A lot of that's tied into your metabolism and also your little health problems that you might or might not have. So it's a hard question to ask. Again, I'm Dr. Duck Vuong, author of Ultimate Gastric Sleep Success. It's available on Amazon.com. I'm trying to shoot for 1 million hearts for my birthday, which it will be October 1st. 50,000 per episode, 10,000 users by my birthday. So please share, invite other people to follow me. I'll be here every night, 7 p.m. to do this talk. 10 minutes on a topic, 10 minutes of Q&A. Hopefully you'll find it worthwhile. And I also learned how to block shitheads, so we're going to be blocking a lot of people. Check out your book. Thank you very much. Please do. I eat when I'm bored. Again, don't be bored. Go do shit. All right, go live your life. Do great stuff. Does the hot dog myth exist? I don't know what the hot dog myth is. Other than that, we don't really know what goes into a hot dog. Fruits and veggies are best. Amen. Your birthday too. Awesome. We got something common. Libra's rule. How to tell if it's a legit hunger, emotional hunger when eating in non-customary time. We'll talk about that in a different episode, but basically same title thing. Book title again, please. Hey, thank you very much for asking. Ultimate Gastric Sleeve Success on Amazon.com. It's also available on BarnesandNoble.com. It's on Kindle, and it's also on Nook. But it is a workbook. It's meant to be written in lots of little tips. You're the best. Great meeting today. Thank you very much, Kitty. How do you stop cravings? Well, we can do a talk on cravings. That's no big deal. Calculating macros. No need to calculate when you eat a lot of fresh fruits and veggies, beans, tofus, lean proteins like that, like fish. Dairy's not good for you. Red meat's terrible for you. Lose weight. Take it seriously. Start taking your weight seriously. Okay, it's soon to be the number one cause of preventable death in America. All right. Is Torcan unhealthy? I have no idea what Torcan is. Best book ever. Love you, Dr. E. Love you too, honey. So I'm here all the time. We're going to do this show regularly every night, 7 p.m. Hopefully you get better. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. Think about some questions. Think about topics you'd like to tell me. Hi, Lisa. Think awesome advice. Thank you very much. All dairy is bad. Pretty much all dairy is not going to be great for you. Very inflammatory, especially milk, cereal, crap like that. Yogurt is going to be bad for you. Artisan cheeses take a lot of time to craft and change, and there's some benefits to that. But eating artisan cheese every day is going to make you fat. String cheese is not good for you. It's not even real cheese. Same thing as Velveeta and all these processed cheese foods. So I teach my patients to really avoid dairy unless you're milking it out of a cow yourself that you grew and you know where it's coming from. It's hormone-free. Yogurt's bad for you, even Greek yogurt. Best breakfast. We really encourage people to make smoothies, fresh green smoothies. Don't forget your greens, spinach, banana, blueberries, water, a little bit of honey. Use a NutriBullet, Nutri-Ninja. It's awesome. Works great. I do one every morning. I feel great. What food is good for someone with diverticulosis that is trying to lose weight? You need to flip your question, right? The answer is your diet caused you or led you to get diverticulosis. So you have to quit your diet. That's the first thing you got to do. You got to change it up because eating the typical American diet is what causes diverticulosis. Okay, eating only fruit and veg? Question mark. I'm not sure. That's not a complete question for. So. You want to eat? Is it good to eat? What's your question? How about food after sex? I'm serious. One more time and I will delete you, okay? Please be serious. That's your warning, Adri. All right, hope you liked the broadcast. If you're watching this on the replay, please continue to give me hearts. I don't know if there's a maximum number. It shows me a display. So you don't have any protein for breakfast? I told you I did. It's in my fruits and veggies. There's plenty of protein around, okay? All right, very cool. Thank you very much. Can you eat only fruit and veggie? Is it healthy or not? So you need a variety. If you want to live vegan, you can. Vegan is a philosophy and a lifestyle. It's not a diet, so that's the first thing you got to do. Some people think they're vegetarians and they're really just pastatarians or cheesetarians. Vegetarians mean you eat vegetables, okay? Should you eat more carbs in the morning? I think you should have fresh fruits and veggies in the morning, and you should make a green smoothie. Let's not label things that don't make any sense like carbs. Cool? I mean, it's true. No one ever sat around and ate something called a carb. It just doesn't happen. And carbs are in everything. Okay? You're welcome. What is good combo with eggs, celery, or fram? Don't know what fram is. I don't eat eggs very often, and if I eat eggs, I like fresh eggs, and I miss my chickens. What's your favorite fat source? I guess that'd be fat. You're welcome. How healthy is avocado? It's a pretty good healthy food. I put it in my smoothies every now and then, give a nice, rich, creamy texture. Remember, everybody, it's not one item that's going to either make you fat or skinny, okay? Don't fall for that BS. You have to eat a variety. That's what you're after. And what you've realized is that, there's no difference. You realize that there's no difference between an enchilada and a burrito. There's no difference between spaghetti and lasagna. It's the same food, disguised slightly differently. And so people eat that stuff thinking they're having a variety, and they're not. Okay, that's what you got to realize, okay? Is calorie counting a good method to lose weight? No, calorie counting never works. Focus on fresh fruits and vegetables, big-ass salads. Get away from all these dieting tips, okay? We don't teach you how to diet. We teach you how to live. Why diet when you can live it? So go live it. We want you to live it, live it, live it. Okay? If you like my show, please give me a lot of hearts. Click on the little white man, share it, tweet it, put it on Facebook. I'll be back every night, and I'll see you every night. Yogurt's very inflammatory, and it's not even real yogurt, the stuff that Americans are eating with fruit on the bottom. Okay? And we'll have another topic. And follow me on Facebook if you haven't, Dr. Vuong. I also have an Instagram account, but I don't do much. I'm the author of Ultimate Gastric Sleeve Success. This is the question. If I won't answer any of your questions, then don't follow me. The questions go through really fast. I try to do as much as I can. Keep coming. Or you can choose to keep coming back and keep reposting the questions, okay? Available on Amazon.com. I'll be here every night, hopefully around 7. Most of the time, that's what I'm going to try to do. My new book on lap band revisions is coming out next month. I had a question tonight about revisions. We'll do that. Okay? If you're watching this on the replay, remember you can still give me hearts. 1 million hearts, 10,000 followers by my birthday, October 1st. I love y'all very much. Live boldly, live strong, live bravely. That's the only way you're going to overcome stress eating, is that you live wildly, okay? Block user, excellent. Okay, so do good. Life is too short to live it small and to waste time. Waste time. Seneca, the philosopher, said, "It's not that life is too short; it's that we waste too much of it. Spend too much time wasting on small stuff that doesn't matter." Okay. That doesn't matter. So live boldly. Don't be so easily offended. Go live your life. All right? Love y'all very much. See you soon. Good night.